Hey guys, and welcome back to Super Monkey Ball 2. In this part, we've got World 9, the Space Colony arc. I mean, just the Space Colony. And so, yeah, we're going to be doing the second to last level in the game. Oddly enough, this is I think the extra world in, if you're doing it in arcade mode. I can't remember, though, so don't quote me on that. It might be the next world that's the extra theme in the... But, you know, it's
a horizontal version of the loop level we were making fun of before.
Yeah, so it's a lot less.
This is one of those, launch yourself, good luck.
Yeah, it's...
Because you're not in control of anything once you fall down.
Yeah, it's kind of like, okay, you know, I've mentioned this a few times in passing, but if we're going to talk about physics in video games, the most accurate physics jump in video games is the Simon Belmont Castlevania old school jump. Because once you jump, you don't control where you're going to go until you hit the ground again. So all the midair shenanigans you can do in Sonic is not actual physics. So near.
Wait, you mean hedgehogs can't run that fast?
John, sit down, have a drink.
I'm having coffee right now.
You might want to put some vodka in it.
Yeah.
I have Bailey's.
In a lot of video games, logic is thrown out the window for the sake of player control. For good reason.
Yeah, no,
for good reason. Yeah, but
I like to point that out whenever people are like, physics in Sonic, and I'm like, okay, you want physics in Sonic? Go play Castlevania 1. But
most realistic physics.
Most realistic physics.
But let's be honest here, though. Simon Belmont or the Belmont family may have the most realistic jump. They don't have the most realistic jump height.
No, they can jump like 5 feet straight up in the air. The most, actually, the more realistic thing would probably be Prince of Persia. Now that I think about it, where you?
What we think Mirror's Edge? We think that had it pretty close.
Probably. I've never played Mirror's Edge though, so you guys are the ones who are going to.
What I'm thinking about as far
that.
as realistic physics jumps go is actually Final Fantasy 15. You jump about maybe a foot. And, you know, this coming off of Final Fantasy VII with its Advent Children shenanigans is...
No, but is that realistic jump physics, or is just the guy just can't be bothered?
Final Fantasy 15 actually has a very realistic approach to character movement to the point where you actually feel a bit too weighty when you're just generally moving around and fighting. But the thing is, it makes up for this by having your main character have the ability to teleport around like I don't know. What is something that I could compare a teleporting dude to?
Ganon from the Zelda cartoon.
Yeah.
Akuma, Bison.
No, he does this. He does this kind of Virgil-like thing where he throws his sword at an enemy and teleports to them, or throws his sword up.
Nightcrawler.
Yeah, that works.
Nightcrawler, or you know the opening intro to Shadow the Hedgehog, where you can Chaos Control teleport to a bunch of dudes and kick them in the face, which actually would have been really cool to do now that I think about it.
I found it such an interesting. Well, I should probably save this for when we do the demo, but I found it interesting because it combined a sense of realistic movement with wild and crazy shenanigans, which isn't a combination you see all that often. So when we finally get around to that demo, I look forward to showing that off.
No, I think you should talk about it a little more now. That way we can sell our Super Monkey Ball commentary identical to how Square Enix sells Final Fantasy Type 0. Special demo of Final Fantasy 15 inside.
Yeah. When it comes to jumping in games, I think the thing is that since Mario is like the first is Mr. Video Game, I think we kind of expect video game people to be able to jump obnoxiously, like subconsciously. And you know, I'm guilty of this too. Like when I first played the original Zelda, like it's like, why can't Link jump and stuff like that? Where not every game needs a jump button. For example, Super Monkey Ball, the jump button completely broke the game, and I hated it, and it was dumb.
We don't just expect jumping though. We also expect infinite running because walking in video games is boring.
Well, in terms of video games, if you're trying to walk around at like the rate that normal humans walk, you don't go anywhere. So like everybody's always like jogging about all over the place, and it looks.
Well, take the cab from my bedroom to my bathroom.
Yeah, it looks silly, but it's one of those things where just in terms of getting a move on, you have to have it. Oh, okay, hold on. Just a brief side note about the game itself here. This is a maze, and since you've got a time limit, I'm actually looking at the stage from above because there's a few stage options in the pause screen to see which way I'm supposed to go. If you're ever stuck in a level, you can do that, and it'll save you some time so that you can think about it without having the timer tick down on you. So.
Okay, I was about to ask whether or not Monkey Ball was one of those games that kept the timer going when you had the game paused.
Nope.
Just for the record, that was the only thing I didn't like about Break the Targets in Melee.
What, the timer kept on going when you were...
The timer kept going.
Oh, man.
When you paused the game.
Oh yeah, you're right, it did do that. Did it do that in... No, Brawl had a stupid Break the Targets minigame. And Smash 4 doesn't even have Break the Targets at all. What the hell? Man.
Never forget.
Smash 4 is weird with me, where it's simultaneously my favorite Smash Brothers game and the most disappointing Smash Brothers game. And it's odd. So yeah.
That didn't work.
Yeah, know your place.
Oh man. Yeah, that's...
Fuck this, I'm going back to Monkey Ball Bounce.
Are you...
They treat their monkeys with more respect there.
Are you playing that right now?
It won't let me download the damn app.
Oh man, go back to your Sonic Dash, John. Sonic Dash 2, Sonic Bam.
Sonic Bam.
Sonic
Yeah.
Bam.
I could probably download that app.
Do you have... well, I guess do you still have Sonic Runners on your phone?
Yeah, I never got rid of it.
Do you still play Sonic Runners?
Yeah, every once in a while.
I don't know.
Every once in a while being the key there, because Runners is not something you marathon.
Yeah. Well, it just... Sonic Runners just honestly looks like a lot of free-to-play garbage.
I don't think you... Well, yeah, it is. But, well, I think it's the best of the mobile Sonic games, honestly. It's just... You know, I recognize that these are mobile games, and mobile games want to just push a fuckload of advertisements down your face, and they're not something you can necessarily binge.
Well, okay, here's the thing, though, is that, like, I know that this is completely different playing them on the 3DS than on a phone. I understand that. But
I agree.
Nintendo's been doing a great job with free-to-play games, like the Badge Arcade. I love the Badge Arcade. And you can get a decent amount of plays for free every day. And, you know, the game never pushes you for money. And it's weird to see Nintendo do such a good job with it when the Pokemon Company and all of its free-to-play games are awful about stuff like that. Like, Pokemon Shuffle is terrible. I hate Pokemon Shuffle because they make the levels so hard that you have to buy a million, whatever they're called, in order to do stuff. And apparently the Pokemon Picross game, in order for the game to be anything remotely close to fun, you have to buy like $30 of their in-game currency in order for you to just play the levels whenever you want. And that's disgusting. I'm sorry. So, yeah. Free-to-play is a model that I think can work. So I'm really hoping that when Nintendo gets around to doing their free-to-play iPhone games, that they end up being like not...
I think it depends on just how fun the core gameplay is.
Yeah.
Because, like, their first one looked like Tomodachi Life, but on a phone, I think is the best way to look at it. So it's not really much of a game.
To me, Sonic Runners is an example of the core gameplay is fun enough where I don't feel compelled to spend 20 of my hard-earned real-life dollars to buy red rings to spin a roulette wheel to possibly unlock
they
a
do
character.
that stupid thing from Sonic Dash.
Yeah.
Do
the characters even play all that differently?
No.
Oh.
I don't know. Why did your game freeze?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I reset, I wiped the disc, and then and then it works now. All right.
You blew on the disc?
No, I think I wiped it off with a cloth. Because blowing on the disc isn't going to do anything but get my spit on it, and that's just going to make it worse. Fuck this level for the record. But anyway, yeah, I don't know how to beat this level the way the game intends you to beat it. Like, okay, so here's the thing. Like, there's a box around the goal post, and it's moving around really fast. The way I normally try to beat this is by standing in a specific spot in the corner over here, and then trying to make the box pass through me. Only I fucked up there. So now most of the time I'm used to either winning or getting killed right when the box passes this point. So at this point I'm just really confused, and I don't know why.
I needs to be getting a fucking football helmet and gear for the amount of hits he's taking here.
Hey man, those ears are like protection or something.
But I mean, not even a football helmet. I think because no amount of gear will protect him from the amount of force he's being subjected to. He needs to get a bandana and a cigarette.
Even when you manage to hit the goalpost, you get sent flying.
Yeah, because there's like a little tiny platform underneath the goal, so it's pushing you up as it's passing underneath you. You know what it's kind of like? It's kind of like when people do that thing where they pull the tablecloth off of a table and all of the silverware lands back where it was.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. So anyway, Dr. Bad Boon with his Dreamcast jetpack is going to press a button and make all the bananas in the world taste like curry. So, you know, the ending to Sonic Adventure 2 just lost an awful lot more stakes. Dr. Gerald Robotnik really took Maria's death to heart. One thing I do like, though, is that Dr. Bad Boon's ridiculous haircut gets pushed up in his astronaut helmet, which I think is funny. So, I can't tell how much of this game is unintentional camp or intentional stupid. Like, I think it's probably a combination of both. Like, I mean, the story's bad, don't get me wrong, but it's also fun bad. So, but I don't know if they were, like, trying to make it fun bad, or I'm not sure. I don't know how this...
I think the actions are comical and whimsy, but the dialogue is stilted as shit.
Yes, that's actually a very good way to put it.